Hello, Marina.
Hey Natalie, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm in the same spot. You always like magic yourself to somewhere new.
Yes. I'm currently in a different place. I'm at a flat right now, so let's see how things go in a few weeks.
Um, so today we're talking about something that I think is one of those choices we made individually, like you for Yes to Tech, me for It's All You Boo. It was a choice, it was a decision we made, and I think it set up a lot of the success that we have now, right?
100%, because I feel like your email list is, in a way, the backbone of your business. Oh, we didn't even talk about what it was.
Right, it's
So
email list. Okay, it's email list, people.
I ruined the
Email
surprise.
list.
So, yes, we're actually talking about why you should grow an email list.
And why
And
you should
yes,
start one, right? Like, why should
exactly.
you have an email list if you have a blog or an e-commerce or even a business online? Why do you need an email list? Like, why is it so important? Like, what to you, Marina? Like, what are the reasons why someone needs an email list?
Absolutely. I feel like you need an email list because it's one of the few resources in your business which you actually own, maybe along with your website or with your blog. But all the other places which you're active on, such as your social media platforms, you actually don't own those followers.
Hmm.
So I'm actually going to tell you a story of something that happened to me a few weeks back. I received an email from YouTube saying that for some reason my videos weren't monetized anymore, and I was kind of in shock. I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. And it actually made me think how fragile those things are, because in 1 second you can have a booming YouTube channel that is monetized, and then from one moment to the next it isn't anymore. Thankfully that was fixed, but the good thing about your email list is that those contacts, you're still there. So if I want to continue selling to those people, I can, even after or if something wrong happens.
Yeah, I was like in shock when you told me that that happened to you. And it's crazy because when we had our debate on to start a YouTube channel or to start a blog, that was something I mentioned. And I never, of course, wanted that to happen to you. So crazy. So, like Marina said, the problem with social media, and we're calling out, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and to some extent also Pinterest, is that you don't own your followers, they do, right? So y'all might remember a little platform called Vine. There was a lot of people who were making their income off of Vine, but guess what? Vine went bye-bye. So social media sites come and they go, right? Everyone is into Clubhouse now. We like to think these things are eternal, but they're not. They haven't even been around for that long. And sites fall. And when they fall and they disappear, so does your connection with your people and your community and your customers. So important to ensure that you have a platform, a way of communication that you 100% own. And that's, an email list is the best way. Email is not dead. People still read their emails, right?
Oh, absolutely. I feel like that's one of the first things I do every single morning. I wake up and check my email. And the good thing about all of these email marketing platforms that you may be using, such as ConvertKit or MailChimp or MailerLite, is that you can have those contacts on their platforms, but you can also download them and have them in an Excel spreadsheet or something, so that even if you stop using ConvertKit, for instance, and if you move to somewhere else, those contacts can go along with you.
Yes. And obviously, you are making sure that you're following the utmost security with people's private information in the age of, post GDPR, where, there are some things that you should know in terms of like how you manage and secure people's private information, meaning their names and their email addresses, right? So we're doing all those things, making things are secure, but you can only do that if you actually have access to that information, right? The other important thing that we were talking about before we started this video is not just that you don't own your followers, but on certain platforms, you don't
Mhm.
even own your content.
Which is insane, literally insane. Like you just post something there and it's not yours anymore, which is
right?
crazy.
And I'm talking about Instagram, and I do believe TikTok follows the same rules as well. I saw somebody recently posting in a Facebook group that their clips on TikTok were being played on CNN, and how, you know, CNN was then selling her footage to like other networks as part of their segment, which is like messed up. And nobody asked her, nobody, you know, she didn't give permission, but it's within the policies of these platforms. And I'm not saying, yo, don't use it. I'm just saying, know that, yeah, you can go viral, you can even end up on the news, but that doesn't mean that they're going to pay you or ask you for your permission on those platforms. I'm not too sure about Facebook, where it lands in terms of what you own, but I know on Pinterest, you do have the right, and it's, I believe it's same thing with YouTube, right? You, the creator, owns the content. So if someone steals your video, you can put a copyright complaint, right?
Exactly.
And if someone steals your pins on Pinterest, you can file a copyright complaint. So just know, I don't know where Twitter stands on this, but it's different platform. I think Facebook and Twitter are more about sharing, whereas Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Pinterest are more about original content creation. So what do I know?
But it's definitely something important for you to just stop and think about, because your content may end up in places you don't expect it ending up. And one of the questions I always ask my own followers is, if your Instagram followers were all to disappear, if your YouTube followers or subscribers were all to disappear, where would you be? Would that be a problem for your business? Do you have a plan B? And that's why it's always great to have your eggs in different baskets. And one of those baskets, which is probably the most important one, is your email list.
Definitely, it is. So you know why you should start an email address. And we're not saying that social media isn't important. It is a powerful tool for connecting and for building community. But at the end of the day, you have to remember that when you're playing that game, there are certain risks. It's a gamble, right? And a lot of people have been, you know, they say they're like shadow banned on Instagram, or their Pinterest profiles are deactivated. And like, then where are you? And it's not just about connecting with your customers, it's your income, it's the traffic to your website. So you've got to make sure that there are redundancies and like backup plans. And like, you know, I do think the more I, you know, go along this path of online entrepreneurship, or whatever the heck this is, that it is about having multiple streams of not just income, but like contacts.
Oh, 100%. That's probably why you don't just create one piece of content, for instance, on your blog and forget about it. For instance, for each new YouTube video that I create, I have it on YouTube. I put the same video onto my blog. Then I post that video on all of my social media platforms. So exactly as you were mentioning, there are a bunch of different points of contact that someone can go find that initial piece of content and consume it. Because if something just goes wrong, or one of these platforms goes away, there's still a chance of that content being found.
Definitely. And an important way is, like we're talking about YouTube videos and blog posts, you're driving traffic by sending that to your email subscribers. You're telling them about your new videos, and that's going to be very helpful because you can get lots of click to that content on the day it goes live. So it's all part of the strategy. So that was our video on why you should start an email list.
Absolutely. So stay tuned actually for our next video, which is coming next Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern time. And it's actually going to show you how to actually build that email list in a super easy way. So stay tuned for that.
See you next week, Marina.
See ya.